Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
It is day 18 of the What's on Tap Advent Calendar Spooktacular.
Spooktacular?
I know. Well, there's all the ghosts and the Christmas Carol, so I figure.
Because Halloween is way past us.
Exactly. It is way past us.
You carried some of that Halloween spirit into
I carry
Christmas.
Halloween spirit with me always.
Oh.
And so, it's Scrooged, it's Christmas Carol. There's a lot of ghost stories in there.
And this year, Beetlejuice was released.
That's true.
It was a lot of fun.
Terrifier is a Christmas-based. Terrifier 3 is a Christmas-based movie. So there's a lot of Christmas-based movies. So we can actually go into what would you consider? So it's Die Hard, of course. Question is always, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Die Hard is 100% a Christmas movie.
Okay, so then what makes when Iron Man 3 be a Christmas movie?
It's set during Christmas, right?
It is.
Yeah, of course it's a Christmas movie.
Lethal Weapon also set during Christmas.
But wait a minute. Is it just kind of based in that December time, or is it Christmassy based? Because in Die Hard, they're having a Christmas party. It is a Christmas party that is being party crashed by German terrorists.
Right.
But if it's a Christmas party, of course it's a Christmas movie. But if it just happens to occur near the December whatever, that's not a Christmas movie. That is a December movie.
Right, but Iron Man 3 takes place. So basically,
I don't remember much of Iron Man 3 except that.
So here's the thing. So you could also say Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a Christmas movie.
Do they?
Because it legitimately takes place during the holiday seasons. And so the thing with Shane Black, who was the guy who wrote all three of those films. He always bases things around Christmas time. It's really insane.
That seems like a him problem.
I didn't realize how Christmassy Lethal Weapon was until I went back and watched it. And I was like, holy shit. I mean, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon is definitely a Christmas movie as well.
Sure.
And it takes place over Christmas time. As a matter of fact, I think it may even end with them opening packages or presents around at one point.
Okay, so if they're opening presents, come on, it's a Christmas movie.
Right, part 2 definitely is not.
How could it not be?
I know, exactly.
If a movie where they open presents isn't a Christmas movie, I actually don't know what is.
True.
Does it have to have Santa as an actual character?
Well, no. Silent Night, Deadly Night, that's also a good Christmas movie. That's the one where the guy goes crazy, dresses up as Santa Claus, and then axe murders a bunch of people.
Right. So the fact that we've talked so much about not beer is probably good because you have pulled one of the biggest packages that's left, and I think we're lucky that you have filled this episode with so much speech, because this is
it's a Greene King Strong Suffolk Vintage Ale that's 6%. It's a unique blend of 2 L's, BPA, and Old 5X. Old 5X is aged in oak for 2 years. It is brewed in limited quantities. It doesn't say how many, but wait, I'm not done describing. We'll get to the fun part. This vintage ale is dark and intense, almost ruby in color, with an appetizing, spicy fruitcake aroma. The full-bodied ale combines flavors of oak, caramel, and burnt toffee that will march across the palate. This award-winning beer is both satisfying and rewarding. It can also be ideal accompaniment to mature English cheese. And this comes in at a 6%, like I said. So this was purchased in 2007? So it was best before 2008.
I got this in a package from Thomas and Lena, friends of the show, Malmö personalities, when they were kind of clearing out their cellar. And it has a best before 2008. And my research has led me to that this is a 2007 release. They had a 1 year best before.
Oh,
Stefan is looking into the cap is kind of bubbly, but that's probably good. I mean, there's nothing really weird about it.
I've never seen the plastic underside where it is warped and bubbled.
I think I've seen bubbly cap. It pours with
0.
Yeah, it's not 0. It's 2% carbonation.
Really, you're going 2%.
You see the bubbles? That's more than 1%.
Well, that could also, water bubbles like that too. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not ruby in color anymore. It is definitely a dark brown kind of color.
Dark brown, yes.
It actually smells pretty good. It actually smells...
When we say that stuff smells dusty, that's not this aroma, actually.
No, it actually smells like... I'm getting caramel notes off of this.
Yeah, a little bit of...
toffee, you could even say.
Plums. Like dried plums.
Yeah.
But that's actually very faint.
Yeah.
A little bit of raisins.
Yeah, a little bit of raisins, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
What was the ABV on it?
6%. I mean, so if you hadn't told me that this was from 2007, I would say this actually smells really fresh. It smells really good. There's a lot of, like you said, dried fruits and toffee and dried plums, or also called prunes.
Yeah.
Just for clarity's sake. But yeah, it looks really good. But it looks very much like a like you would kind of expect, a very low carbonated beer like this.
Let's try it quickly before it oxidizes.
Too late.
That's very...
It's palatable.
Yeah. Okay. So compared to stuff that has actually oxidized and actually turned into like wet cardboard, we call it dusty, but wet cardboard is like the better description. This one hasn't, but all the flavor has left it. It's a very like watery experience.
It is very thin, very, like you said, watery. It doesn't have a lot of flavor going for it. It falls into the this is held up. I'll say this is held up really well. I think this is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I, however, do think that it's well past its prime at the same time.
Yes, but it's faded. It hasn't gone defective.
True. Now we've had some real defective beers on this show.
Yeah, we've had 5-year-old stouts that have gone defective.
Yeah.
This one then is 2007. That would make it 17 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not defective, but it has faded. The flavor has left it.
So, I mean, technically it is drinkable, but it's not something that... I would be very curious to try if this is even still being made, a modern release of this to see how it should taste.
I don't remember when I saw it last, but it hasn't disappeared from the world.
I mean, I'm familiar with the Greene King brand, but I haven't seen this one in particular on the shelves ever.
You know, it says that it won the International Gold Award at the Brewing Industry Internationals. Wow, the Brewing Industry Internationals.
Well, of course.
How often do we talk about those?
Well, I mean, they're one of the leading brewing international groups that are out there. So what would you give this one?
I really don't know. I mean, we have to rate on flavor, and it doesn't have flavor. But there are rating 2.5. Often when I go below 2.5, there are off flavors that I dislike. That pulls it below 2.5. I would rather drink this than certain mass-produced lagers because they have an
I would rather drink this than certain not mass-produced Swedish IPAs.
Right, but those get lower than 2.5.
Sure.
So a 2.5 I think is a fair... It's the lowest I can go before I start putting it under badly brewed beers.
I'd actually give this like a 3. It's drinkable. I could drink this whole bottle, and I'd be okay with that. It wouldn't. It's not a drain pour for me. I think it's interesting enough that I would keep drinking it if I was home on a Saturday or something, and just kind of had it to sip on for a while.
I mean, if you were after the ABV.
Yeah.
There's nothing off-putting about this. It barely tastes like anything.
Exactly. Which makes it fun. It makes it easy to drink.
I have held on to it because I haven't known when am I going to open this. We've had some tastings with our friends, and I looked at it and gone, No, it's the wrong setting.
Yeah, I mean, if there were vintage check-ins for, even though it says it's a vintage ale, I'm not sure that there's vintage check-ins for Strong Suffolk.
Last time I researched, people have created whatever individual vintages they've found. I don't think there is one for 2007. That's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a new rating, but I will write 2007 in the check-in notes.
Of course. I think you should. I think this was fun. I'm glad you brought it for us to try.
I think every calendar needs some archaeological digging.
I agree. I think it's fun to bring these out of long storage and try them out and see how they held up. And as a one-off episode, they're always
exactly
perfect for these moments. We'll wrap it up here. So until next time.
See, keep drinking, you dum-dums.